yeah. Here we go into the weekend. Dave, aka the Cornbread Man, back porch living. Glad to be with you here. I hope you've had a good Friday. Hope it's been a great Friday, actually. And I hope that you are ready and have a lot of plans for the weekend that will be beneficial, even if that just means resting from a long week or something. Enjoy your weekend. Some of you may have to work the weekend. I understand that. Those things happen. But we hope that you're got lined up some family time, some things to the work-life balance, get some family time in, maybe some book reading, going on a trip, just going for a drive, something, work project, a house project, something you enjoy doing. Some people like to, it's getting that time of year, you can get out in the yard and start tending to the grass and all that stuff. I'm sure you've already started. All those kinds of things you can do. And we hope that you are just ready for a great weekend. Hey, it's great to be an American. It's great to be in America. And we have freedoms. Even with all the problems we have, we've got a few problems, but we are in the greatest of nations. The greatest of nations. Not going to come here and hear doom and gloom and bashing on everything about America. That's what it seems to be a popular thing nowadays. Not here at the Southern Patriots podcast, radio, TV. Yes, I said radio, TV. Radio's already there. We're updating our radio. TV's on the way. But we are happy to have you here. If you stop by, if you stop for a minute, 30 seconds, 30 minutes, whatever. We thank you for stopping by. Give us a like, follow, share. We have a new QR code that's on the screen. That's our Substack. We've had it for a long time. We're putting into action more. So give us a follow there. There'll be some exclusive programming coming there soon. Very, very soon. In fact, I'm hoping within the next week. So we'll start that. So be a supporter. It's a way for you to invest in the podcast. Very minimal, $5 a month or something like that for all the exclusive content. We have 3 levels free. You still can come in free and look at things. $3 a month is most things, and VIP is $5. So anyway, Southern Patriots at Substack. We're activating our Substack. We will also be using School for some exclusive things as well. But that'd be more like instructional stuff. So anyway, moving forward, moving ahead, getting things going with all that's been going on in the world, in our lives. Crazy life. Embrace it. What was it we said the other night, me and Biscuit Boy, when we were talking about if you ever had a bad job, and we were talking about just embrace the suck. You just got to dig in and go, when you're in field operations. Hello from Pennsylvania, by the way, Johnny Be Good. 73. Love our folks in Pennsylvania. We've got friends in Pennsylvania, Ohio, up in that area. We appreciate you stopping by. Jerry Barrett. Absolutely, Jerry. Good evening, brother. Listening, putting up some groceries and getting ready to go to bed. But I'm with you. Hey, we need our friends. We need our prayer partners. I appreciate all those that are praying for us. Jerry, we've been praying for you. I'm glad to see you're doing good. Let's get Johnny's on the screen. It won't be it'll be not. I'm gonna use it. It's putting out the difference. So if you see like YouTube, I'm not on YouTube. That's just because when I posted in the chat, it goes to different posts that I'm on. So or platforms. So Johnny Be Good. That's a good song. And Johnny Be Good. He's a good guy. I'm sure. 73, your year of birth. A lot of people do that. They put their year of birth behind there. It's pretty neat. I do that on a couple. I just wonder, it might just be 73. Just an odd number. There's 72 other Johnny Be Goods. I don't know. It could be that. Don't know. But we're glad you're here. God bless you. God bless America. Hey, the astronauts are back. Splashdown, I understand. Welcome back to Earth. So some people think they never left the Earth. I tend to think they went. I believe we've always went. I do believe we've broken forth and got into space. Jerry says he's 1960. Older than me. I didn't realize that. I'm 65. Jake, hello. See, Jake, though, he does it. Jake Hudson, he uses 452. And I know he's not 452 years old or the year 452 or whatever. I don't know. Jake is not that old. But I will be 61 this year. I don't feel, well, I'll say some days I do. I got you, brother. Man, these last couple days, my sister just gave me, and I thank her. God bless her. She's in from Nevada. And I was a little later coming on because I was spending time with the wife, and they were out shopping. I was waiting on them to get back, but spending time with my sister that I don't ever get to see. And she blessed me with some Aussie hot, because I've had this shoulder pain and it's gotten in my neck. And the last couple of days I've been, you remember those office ladies, you remember the phones they used to have that had the little piece on there that have their head like this the whole time? Can you imagine how much neck damage they did, all them ladies? Now they got the headphones with a microphone coming around, but you had those ladies or guys and they would just be talking like this or like this all day long. Man, that would kill me. There's no way my neck could handle that now. Jake says 1993. He's 32 years old from the great state of Mississippi. He understands back porch living in Mississippi. You just got to swat the gnats away and the skeeters. They're bigger than birds. Oh, did I hear you right, Jerry? You're putting up some groceries. I thought maybe you went and got the groceries. Maybe you did. I actually did a little shopping today. Let me tell you about my shopping experience real quick. My wife, the health problems, so she can't shop. But she has still went. But she goes with my son. It's easier to get her in his car. So Jerry says, I got kids older than Jake. So anyway, I go to Walmart because that's where my wife usually goes, that in Food City. So I go to Walmart, the little neighborhood Walmart. And let me tell you, it must have been, what do they call those things? The battery operated, the disabled shopping carts, which some people use and they're not disabled. But anyway, it must have been race day. Let me tell you. I mean, not only they were stocking the aisles. I don't know why the heck all the stocking be going on. And this was after lunch. You think that would be going at night. Every aisle I went down, seemed like they were stocking all kinds of stuff. So you're having to navigate around them. Well, here come the army or the race teams. And it was like they having races going around the end of the aisles. You had to jump out of their way. I'm telling you, they didn't understand braking or slowing down. I mean, they were whipping those things around the aisles. I was like, my God, I got to be honest with you. It aggravated me a little bit. I mean, I got a little bit like, come on. And then one vendor, he stands in the middle of the aisle and he don't want to move. He's got the whole aisle blocked. He just don't want to move. I mean, I was like, I could feel the temperature rising, And I'm not one to get angry or something, but after a point, you're like, you just get a little aggravated. Amen. Johnny says he loves the USA. And yes, he was born in 1973. That was a great year, I think. Yes, I'm live, broski. Absolutely, I'm live. Can't you tell? I'm here. I pinch myself. Oh, I'm here. 1973. Was that the year that Richard Nixon left office? 1973 or 74? 73. Was it 73 or 74? I remember that. 1973. Oh, that brings back memories. Oh, yes. Playing outside, carefree world. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you. I've always been, and I've told you this, I've always paid attention to politics, even when I was a kid, because I would watch it with my dad. I watched the Vietnam reports. I watched all the political stuff. Did I understand every bit of it at that age? No, but I was pretty perceptive and I knew a lot. But let me tell you what, we didn't have all this. We didn't have all this. We didn't have all this stuff pumping at us all day long. So even though we had Vietnam and riots in the streets and race riots and all this stuff going on, I mean, just chaos, assassinations, in the 60s and 70s and attempts on the president's lives and all this crap. We got airlines being hijacked. For me, in North Georgia, in 1973 or somewhere in there, I was having a ball. Living life. We go swimming at the lake. We went to church. I was the only child till 1974. So there was no sisters around. I love my sisters. That was just me. So, I got all the gifts. I got it all. And Desi's going to be joining here in a second. She's popping in. But I had such a blessing. I knew all those other things was going on, but it was like I was safe from it. It was like it was way away from me. Another world. Well, I don't know if I'm the man. Some would say I'm something else, but that's okay. Thank you for saying that, though. Remember, Nixon was not a crook. I am not a crook. The Nixon tapes. By the way, the Nixon tapes seem like such minor things now. Remember they used to bring that up all the time, all the comedians and stuff. Yeah, it was a different time growing up, brother. That's for sure. Remember all that? That's like the Nixon tapes, And nowadays, I'm thinking the Nixon tapes. That was like, I mean, you know how tame that was compared to what we got going on nowadays. Carefree time, man. Even though with trouble, it was a better time in many ways than now. But we just got so. I mean, I didn't have to worry about going to town, and we didn't have the homeless problem then. We didn't have nowhere near the drug problem. We didn't have that much illegal immigration. We had it for sure, but not like we have today. Life was Mayberry, the life of Mayberry in the town I lived, honestly. The life of Mayberry. Very little crime, a little robbery in there. We had a couple of incidents happen, but that was rolling out of the big city into our town. Our town was it was a carefree. We had a post office, a bowling alley, 2 or 3 restaurants for a long time until they started adding to them. A Kmart, and a few gas stations. That was it. It was such a carefree life. And I really enjoyed my growing up. I really did. I really enjoyed my growing up. The first time I saw marijuana, we went to the lake. And we got back in the car. We were done for the day. I was waiting on my parents to get there, my aunt. Had some cousins, and I saw this guy in the car next to me. I'd heard of it, but I never saw it. But I saw this guy, long-haired guy, and he's sitting in the car right beside me, and he's got a hubcap, a stinking hubcap, and he's separating what I didn't know what he was doing then, but he's getting the seeds out of his leaf. And I'm just sitting here watching this. I'm just looking. The windows are down. It's summertime, and he don't even know I'm there. He's over here, and I watched him do the whole thing. I was like, that's what that is. Jerry says in 1973, I spent my days with a long cane pole fishing from behind bushes in a pond that I was told the old man did not want nobody near his lake. I wore the brim out, and then come to find out he knew every time I went down there, he just never said anything. And he laughed about it because he knew what was told. He knew what was told on him. Hey, you know what? Ain't that a strong memory, man? That's so cool. You know what? That's what I'm saying. Man, nowadays, we didn't hear about bullying. We didn't hear about, and there's Desi. Let me get her up. I'm sorry. So, hello, Desi. You're here. Hello. New job and all. And Dusty, get a shirt on. Dusty, get a shirt on. We're not doing Dusty. I was thinking I'm gonna let my brain not go there.
I had to just be his doctor because he started bleeding.
Oh, he started bleeding. But it was, and Dusty and Desi, they don't remember that because they weren't around, and they don't realize the carefree days of the 70s. And the 70s music was so good. The singer-songwriter, you got everything from Led Zeppelin to Elton John to whatever you like, country, Merle Haggard. Puff is crying again. Puff. Is Puff crying again? He's bleeding. Did he cut his little finger?
Yeah.
I picked the scab.
He picked a scab and it started.
Scab and he's crying about it?
Yes.
It burns.
What are we going to do with him? You got to toughen him up. How's the garbage truck job going?
I'm sore, though, from my job.
Well, that's because you haven't been working, man. Well, you was working, but not manual labor. The job you're doing now is a whole lot different than getting out of the car and going in a restaurant and picking up a bag and taking somebody that's got food in it.
I'm having to
now you're getting the opposite end of that. You're taking the trash off. After they finish the food, they dumped it in the trash can. Now you're putting that and taking it off. So you're still serving that way.
Yeah.
He looks like you've been put through the ringer today.
Oh, I was so wore out. I was everywhere here in town today.
Well, still working on the back of the truck, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. Desi's got a new job. She didn't tell me where. She said, I have a new job.
Yeah. It's at a warehouse job.
A warehouse job. What do you do in the warehouse job? Do you drive a forklift or something like that?
They'll probably put me on that, yeah. I have my orientation Monday.
Loading trucks, unloading trucks, stuff like that?
Probably.
Hey, I done that when I was for a brief time. I worked for a company. They were called. Oh my gosh, I forgot something World. And anyway, they would build these warehouses in places that they figured that what's the daggum, the Walmart ones, the other ones, not Walmart, but the other ones, they would want one and they would buy the property after we got it set up. And that's exactly what happened. Anyway, I worked there. When my first son was born, I was working at a warehouse job, loading and unloading trucks at a warehouse that was eventually a Sam's, eventually become a Sam's, but it was called something else then. And that's what I did. Well, good. You be careful. Be safe. Don't let them truck drivers push you around. They'll come in like, let's go, let's get loaded, unloaded, whatever. I got to make some miles. Let's go. We had a guy one time, he was ordering our guys around, and he was getting smart with our guys, and one of the guys came up there. Well, two things happened to his trailer. One guy, he tried to hurry, and he was on a rowdy pallet truck, and he went through the side of his trailer with a fork. Oh, my gosh. The guy had a cow. Then another guy came up with a stack of pallets and set them down on his cowboy boots. That guy left out of there. He was humbled. He was humbled. I hope y'all had a good week.
Yeah.
Ceiling fan.
Told you. Hold the phone so he can see. Not just me.
I think it's a shirt on.
Desi, we always know how things are going just by looking at Desi. So anyway, yeah, it was a great the 70s. Y'all missed a great decade, the 70s.
I wasn't born yet.
Well, I know, but it was your parents probably really enjoyed the 70s. Really enjoyed the 70s.
I'll be down there in 16 days. Thank God.
In Florida?
Yeah.
With all the gals, y'all heading out to the beach and all that?
Just she's going. I can't because I got to work.
I don't know.
Well, that's a good thing. But where do you? Where'd you say? What part of Florida?
Lakeland.
Lakeland. Ain't that where the Air Force Base is? Lakeland. My brain. I don't know, but I think APOF is super high. I think it just wore out.
Yeah, I am wore out.
It's good to get a paycheck, though. It's good to be actively working.
Yeah.
That way, when you say you're tired, you got an excuse to be tired. You actually work. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's an excellent thing. Because if you say you're tired and you've done nothing, that don't fly too good.
Right.
A significant other is not going to believe you if you just laid around munched on chips all day on the couch. She's not going to believe you're tired. But if you've worked, you can come in and you can say, "Man, I'm tired."
Mm-hmm.
You can't live off of that because they're going to say, "Well, suck it up, Buttercup." But they will let you have a little bit of grace. You can come in and relax for a few minutes.
Because normally I'm not starting until 6 now.
6 to 6 to what?
The home is like 9:30.
Okay. What do you have to get a certain run done before they let you go, or you just get to a certain time?
He has to get everything done.
Yeah, so like we can't go home till the route's done.
Gotcha. Because then people will be calling up, "Oh, you didn't pick up my garbage."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, is every run equal every day, or is it different amount of hours?
So today I was here in Lancaster today, where we live.
Okay.
And some days I'm up in Columbus area, like Upper Arlington, or well, one day I had a Baltimore run over where I went to school at. One day.
I think I'd want to work Lancaster instead of Columbus or Baltimore.
Well, you won't know until we're on the route. You won't know because they don't. The guys in the office that assign you to a truck don't tell you where you're going.
It's because they figure you don't want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do? Wait for you to get on the road? You're just headed out, or what do they tell you before you pull off the lot?
No, so like I kind of sit in the break room, and then they tell me, "Hey, this is what truck you're going to." Da da da, and so they assign me to different trucks like each day.
Oh, that's probably good. You'll get a steady one, I'm sure.
It's not the same truck every day. It's like different trucks each day. So like one day I'll be doing 4 days. When my first week when I first started, I done trash for 4 days, and then the one day I done yard waste, which is like sticks, branches, and all that. My first week, and then this week they had me doing recycling, or not recycling, yard waste, or yeah, I did do recycle because they're the red cans. They're the recycle. So I did do that one.
What are they recycling up there? Just plastic?
Like plastic and stuff, like Gatorade bottles, water bottles.
Yeah. We don't even have that here. They tried that and it didn't pay off, and so they quit it. Hey, I want to tell you though, if you've not already noticed, because I had a friend, he worked in a kind of a uppity up area. I mean, where they had money, and up where he worked, and they'd do all that same stuff. Those people would buy new stuff all the time and throw their old stuff away, which is still perfectly good. He said we get radios, stereo systems, you name it, they could get it. I mean, and what on the truck, what they did is they worked it out. If everybody wanted it, whoever got the last thing, it would go to the next person. That way they didn't fight over it. But he would bring home basically new stuff all the time because they would just throw it away. Brand new tables, they just throw it out. City people, they'll just come get all that stuff. So if you're picking up if you're picking up branches and stuff, that's going to be in the city, I'm sure. So the county, they ain't picking that up. So you haven't started the new job yet, Desi? You'll start on Monday, or you do orientation Monday?
Orientation's Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'll be making.
Is it more money?
Yes, it is.
Good. Always take a new job. It's more money. If something you like, that's the key. Something you enjoy, more money, better conditions. Always keep moving up.
First and second shift is 18 point something, and then third shift is 20 point something.
What are you going to be on?
I think second shift.
Second, okay.
So I'll be making more money than Dusty. I'll be making you, so he's at 15. $3 more.
What a shot! So I'll be making more than Dusty. Just let you know. Oh, that's funny. Don't worry, Dusty. You'll get there, man. She's got leverage on you again.
He's downstairs getting some clothes on.
Yeah, he needs to put clothes on. We don't want to see his hairy chest or whatever it's not. I don't know. That one night you had us afraid. I thought he just got out of the shower. I was like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So have you had a good Friday?
Yeah. It feels like a Saturday, though.
Feels like what?
A Saturday.
Yeah, a little bit, because I took a couple of days off from work. My son went on a vacation, a mini vacation, and I needed to watch my wife, so I just took a couple of days off and spending time with her, podcasting, and cooking, all the stuff that goes with that. But getting some things done on the podcast too, which is pretty cool. So that's all good. It's been a good day. The weather is absolutely beautiful here.
I know it was. It rained a little bit, but then it stopped.
I mean, we've had cool temperatures. It gets just warm enough during the day to make you feel like you got to put a little jacket on or something. At night, it gets a little cold, a little cool. I love it. I sleep better like that. I think it's awesome, and if I could keep it like that all the time, I would. But for us, the humidity is on the way.
Yeah.
Do y'all get humid up in Ohio?
Do what?
I know they do in Pennsylvania. Do y'all have a lot of humidity in Ohio in the summer? She says, I don't.
Yeah, that would be a question for Dusty.
So apparently, Desi does not watch Weather Channel.
No.
See, my wife, I used to call her the weather bug because she was always telling me the weather. I never looked at weather. I'd say, "What's the temperature going to be today? Is it rain?" Because my wife could sit and watch the Weather Channel all day long.
I couldn't. I would get bored easily.
My wife, before I come to the show, she wanted me to change channel, and I think we had it on an old 60. It was Andy Griffith Shores. So I said, "You want to watch the Braves?" That's what she's watching. She's watching Atlanta Braves. She loves watching baseball. So she's watching baseball. My granddaughter's listening to music, and I'm on here. So she don't watch. Like my wife she'll never sit and watch the news. That's out. She likes game shows, talk shows, soap operas.
No, nothing.
Beauty, all that crap. I don't watch none of that. I don't watch none of that. I don't care for that.
Nope, not me either. Either Dusty either.
Do you read? Do you like to read?
Nope. I will fall asleep if I'm reading.
My wife not much of a reader either. Is Dusty a reader? I'm guessing no. I didn't think he was.
Never seen him with a book. Never
he might have had a racing magazine.
Probably.
Probably so.
Probably.
It's always good to be a reader. Expand your vocabulary.
I was a reader when I was in school, but not.
What was your interest? Like, if you were to read a book, what would be the interest? Like, would it be about? What would it be about? What if you were to read a book? What would interest you in the subject matter of the book? Crafting, shopping, history.
It's like probably romance.
I was just thinking, that was going to be my next guess. I was trying to push that down the list. I wasn't going to go there number one. But I thought, I'm bombing out here. I was going to say romance novel. Is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And Dusty would be racing.
Anything racing.
He might enjoy history. He might.
No.
He's not. I tried, Dusty. I tried, man.
Hi. What would, if you could read a book, what would it be? Racing.
Racing, yeah.
Anything else?
So, did you ever do book reports in school?
Yes.
What can you think of a book that you read and did a report on? Charlotte's Web, anything like that?
I think it was Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Oh, that's a good series. That's fun. I like that. I was at a place in Atlanta once, and it's a museum. But in the museum, because all museums they rotate to different things. And I just happened to be there when they had a Dr. Seuss show, as they call it. So this was artwork. It was some old artifacts about the Dr. Seuss series and all that. Pretty fascinating. I got to. I stayed there quite a bit because I like that. I think it's great. But so did you ever have to do an oral book report, stand up for the class and say, "I read this book and it was about this"? You never did that?
No, and if I did, I would not do it.
Oh, you just take the 0?
Yes.
Tell you a true story happened. I was in an English class in high school. This is like freshman. And there was a guy in there, and he was antisocial. Always wore an army jacket. He had that look like a troubled kid from a troubled family. I didn't dislike him. He just looked like the kind of guy that you didn't want you talking to him, and so we did. So we had in that class, we had to do an oral book report or something. You had to do. Everybody had to get up in front of the class throughout the semester and do. I think it was 5 or 10 minutes. Everybody had to do it. So I did it. I don't even remember what I did it on, but I did the thing, and I was nervous because I was real shy back then. I mean, extremely shy.
Mm-hmm.
And Everybody in the class is thinking the same thing. This guy's not going to want to do that. But you know what? He did it, and he did it really well. It was right before lunch. When he did that class was before lunch, we would leave that class and go to lunch. So he did it, and he did a good job. We've never heard the guy speak. I don't think. If it was mumbled. He's got the armor jacket on. He actually showed intelligence. He did a good job. Well, he sat back down. We finished the class. We left, and I noticed he stayed in his seat when we left. Maybe he wanted to talk to us about it, see how he did, feedback or whatever. No, he stayed behind because he took a knife, and he went after her and was stabbing her. And she blocked her face like this, and she had all kind of cut marks in her arms and hands. Didn't kill her, thank God, but there was blood everywhere. And they come and got I never saw him again. That guy went away. I never saw him again. But I will never forget. I was like, good grief. But he got mad because he made him do it. Y'all have anything in the background? Music, shows, anything? We're getting some background. I don't know what that is.
No, there's nothing.
It just stopped. Is Dusty talking from the
No, he's in the bathroom.
Maybe it's your hand on the speaker or microphone. It don't happen all the time. Is it Dusty's phone?
I don't know.
No, I'm saying, is that his phone? It's probably just because it's Dusty's phone.
Yeah.
It sounds like something like NBC. Like,
Yeah.
here you go into the water to pool. But I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there.
It's just Dusty. What kind of phone does he have?
Huh?
What kind of phone is Dusty? Is that your phone?
I'm on mine.
What's your phone?
It's a Moto G Power 25.
Power 25.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I'm hearing is maybe it's me. Maybe it's me hearing me talk, but just muffled. So anyway, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it just doesn't like you.
Well, maybe it don't. That's okay. I can handle that. It is what it is.
What?
So what's your plans? Y'all are both off for the weekend? Yeah, you don't start till Monday. He's off for the weekend?
Yep.
What's the big D&D plan?
I don't know yet.
Don't
I have
know.
no idea. You would have to ask Dusty that.
So y'all haven't just talked about what you thought about doing for the weekend?
No. He must have known what we're doing this weekend. Same thing, what I said. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Well, tell me, you better figure it out.
He said you better figure it out.
Because you got to have a plan, or you wing it.
He said. Did you fall in?
No. I sent those pictures he's with my name.
Yeah.
I thought those were pretty cool.
Can you put a shirt on?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying those pictures that he sent, I thought those were pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I know. I saw.
I like
Did
them.
you like that?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He loves them.
The first run, I just was tinkering around, seeing what I could do. It came out pretty good.
The American flag one, though. I thought that was
The American flag one.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a shirt on. You know-
yeah, he does. Dang.
Come here. You gotta put your socks and your shoes on now.
I had a couple of others, but I didn't. They didn't turn out as good as I wanted.
Come on. All right, we'll put your Crocs on then.
Yeah, I did.
Your feet are gonna be cold in the restaurant.
So I was Terry Calhoun was just messaging me. I've been messaging him. He's wanting to know if the shirts came in. All the shirts are in from the 2 race teams, and I have them here in the studio. Me and Biscuit will get them all separated out, and we'll get yours in the mail.
Okay.
To you.
I'm wearing. That's what size I got today.
So they look great. Both types.
Can I see?
No.
It's a secret.
I tried.
If he has to tell you, then he has to kill you.
What?
You never heard that saying before?
No.
I haven't heard that saying.
You're saying.
When someone says it's a secret, if I have to tell you, I have to kill you.
No.
Well, the reason that the main reason is I have to get up and go across the studio and leave the show and all that. So I'm not doing that. I'm not Biscuit Boy. I don't run around the whole show. So I'll leave that to him. So did you join Substack today and follow us? No.
You ready? Come on.
So y'all got. I know what y'all. Hey, this is what y'all can do this weekend. You got homework. You have homework for the show, and we got to get some things done. So I've got some homework for you to get done. It won't take long, but you got to do it.
It's homework.
And you're ignoring me.
It's homework for us to do.
Okay, what's that?
He said,
"Listen." So step 1. So you might want to make notes, mental notes, or write them down. Mental notes before the weekend is out. Before Saturday going to bed, or Sunday going to bed. You got to have these 2 things. Number 1, you got to start your Substack account and subscribe free to the podcast, the Southern Patriots Substack. Each of you can do it. It's not going to cost you any money. It's free. You set it up in your email, follow, and give us another sub. That's step 1. Easy. You can do that in 5 minutes.
I have Rumble.
You have a Substack already. Then just look up the Southern Patriots podcast and give it a sub, not a follow. You can follow it too, but give a subscribe. You can use the free option. And if Desi don't have one,
I know I'm on Rumble and stuff.
Well, I know, but this is Substack. Substack is not Rumble, and Rumble is not Substack.
It's on the ground.
Now we're traveling to the house. But that's step 1. And then when Dusty gets back on camera, then I'll give you step 2 or homework number 2.
We taking mine or yours?
We'll make it really.
Here.
Hi.
Oh, he's got a shirt on, a hat. He's back to the world of living. What's on the hat? Oh, that's your job.
Yup.
You didn't take the tag off?
No.
What is that, like a the 2026 thing to do? Leave the tag on? I mean, in my day, they would leave the tag hanging down. You know? I never did that. A lot of people would. So are you listening? Did you get stuff? If you have a Substack, you're going to do what?
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to the Southern Patriots Substack account. Use the free option. It's free premium VIP. And Desi can make it again. This will help greatly. And step 2,
What's that?
homework number 2 is old business we got to clean up.
What's step 2?
Step 2, homework 2 is, and I'll make it easy. We'll grow from here. So what you're going to do is each of you, or you'll do it together. You make the little promo video. Hey, this is Dusty. Hey, I'm Dusty. And we watch. You can watch us on the Southern Patriots podcast.
Okay, I'm down.
Well, you said that before. It didn't happen.
Yeah,
So I said 2 videos. I'm making it one video. It can be 30 seconds in length. It's got to be more than 15 seconds. But it can don't make it like 10 minutes. I wouldn't care. I just watch that. But if you'll do that, you will pass your test.
Okay.
The POF racing test.
Right.
I don't know where we're going. We're in the dark now. He's got his Cincinnati Bengals really on. You should have the Cincinnati Reds on. You know, my Braves are actually doing good. Oh, they're matching.
We're twinning.
We're going down the dungeon.
Dungeon.
The torture chamber.
Hold on, give me.
You're breaking up now. You've lost the Wi-Fi. We'll wait for them to come back. They're still froze. I love those two. They crack me up. Anyway, I do hope you have a great weekend. Get out, get busy, do something. Oh, they're back. We actually got Wi-Fi back now. I told you we're going to the dungeon. This is like the dungeon. Is this like you know when storms come through?
We were in the garage.
In the garage. Oh, y'all are going out.
Yeah.
They're in the Batmobile. The bat signal must be in the air. They're headed out to save humanity from impending doom. The mayor, the governor's on the phone says, "Get D&D on the job." They're like the Ghostbusters. We need to go out solve the crime in Lancaster.
I'm about to hit the trash can.
And I noticed Desi's driving.
Yes, I am.
So she won't be getting bounced all over the car now.
We're going to get something to eat.
Well, I hope it's something good.
I can't say because Dusty's in the car.
Uh-oh. So does this mean he's going where he wants to go and you're not really down with it?
He don't even know where we're going.
Oh, he don't know. So it's a surprise to him.
I have no idea.
The only person that knows is me.
I have no idea where we're going.
It's a surprise.
A surprise.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah, you're on your phone playing a game.
Indie Clutch.
So this is an easy way to solve the eternal problem. Where do we go eat? You just do it. This is different. I'm not used to that. So you do it, and you just take Dusty there, and then you do it. You got it. I like that. That's a different kind of plan.
Hopefully he can see you.
Dusty says, "Yes, ma'am." Wherever you want to go, you just go.
Well,
I think it rained.
it did.
I didn't know it was raining. It was raining.
Well, it started raining back in the truck. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Yeah. It was sprinkling earlier.
I got out earlier today. I did a little shopping. I normally, I've not been able to do that much, but I was able to do it today.
Where'd you go shopping at?
Well, where my wife likes to go, and that would be their Walmart or Food City. So I went to a little neighborhood Walmart.
Wally World?
Well, the neighborhood one, not the big store. No way am I going there. No way. We have one of the busiest Walmarts in all the country in my city.
Jeez.
It is a massively busy store all seasons. It's the busiest one. It is a huge moneymaker Trust me. I usually go to go in there sometimes because it's just so crowded. But I've talked to people at the bar, and they told me how it ranked. The numbers I got were how it ranked in the whole country. It's not number one, but it's far off. It's crazy. I don't like walking around all that chaos. I can't handle it. I'm a guy that goes in and gets out. I don't really shop. I just go get. And I'm really tempted to start doing a delivery or something because you should probably go in. How much is Walmart delivery? I don't even know.
Do what?
How much is Walmart delivery?
Depends on what you get.
Yeah, it depends on what you get and what you buy.
Oh, it's not one price. They charge you each trip. I thought they had a monthly charge. It is whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be down for it because right now I can't get out of it.
Mhm.
I think that'd be great. Did you see Paul's post? Biscuit Boy's post about the truck racing, the big rigs? That's pretty cool.
Oh, about the haulers and stuff.
Yeah,
I think I saw that one.
like the big 8, just the truck, the cab, not the trailer. Although that would be cool, though. I would like.
Where is Paul at today?
Oh, I'm sure he's spending time with his lovely wife. He don't do Fridays.
Just Thursdays and Mondays, I think.
No, he does Mondays, Thursdays, Saturday morning.
So he'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, 8:30 in the morning we do our morning show. And I haven't done but one morning show this week. I've been hurting. I've had a lot going on. We'll try to do better next week. Yeah, I've like I said, I've been so I haven't slept good. I've been not able to get up, be coherent enough. But anyway, folks, there is if you like sports, there's baseball going on. There is racing. Are there trucks racing tonight?
That I don't know. I know
I thought Bristol was racing.
Santino. He went to Bristol
Right.
tonight because he's down there all weekend, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Uh,
He was drunk last night.
Yeah. Well, we should. Yeah, we should have. I know all three are going. I think the trucks are tonight, but I haven't looked at it.
Because I know Dean texted me on regular messages, and he was like, "Who's your pick or who's your picks and stuff?" I was like, Hendrick.
Oh yeah, he did, and we you know what we did because you didn't place an order. We made the order for you.
Right.
We put and he's back in the car this weekend. Bowman.
Is?
Yeah. Yeah, they're racing right now. They're on lap 180 out of 250. I have not been able to watch it. My sister's been in from out of town, and so Ekes, or however you say his name, is leading right now.
Can you take a guess how we're going?
Yeah, they started at 7:30, so I think we'll be wrapping up here for long.
Can you take a guess, honey?
Kyle Busch is sick.
Well, he doesn't have his motorsports anymore, does he, Kyle Busch? He doesn't have KBM anymore, does he?
No.
That's what I thought.
I was looking to see.
Take a guess.
Hayden Honeycutt, he's 28 right now. He's not having a good race. The best Ram truck in this race right now is 17th.
I'm surprised they brought Ram back to the truck series.
I'm glad they did. They'll get better. It takes a while. They've actually been running pretty good, but not right now.
I know they took them away from the series a while back ago.
Well, you know, they I was surprised both came back in. Is it raining where y'all are at?
Yeah.
I saw the windshield wiper.
Yeah.
And the only reason we're on windshield wiper is if it's raining or if bugs are hitting the windshield. Are they racing at Atomic this weekend?
Next weekend.
I think West Virginia Motor is running tonight. It's I know they're bringing back Mansfield.
Good.
The racetrack that Matt Tiff bought, because they started tearing it down. They started tearing it down and then are reviving it now, bringing it back to life.
Well, that's good.
Because that used to be NASCAR track.
Yeah. How much did it cost to get into Atomic?
Me and her, when we went to the Lucas race, it was 80.
Well, that was a bigger race, though. That wouldn't be the normal price.
No, I think normally between 40, 30, 40,
yeah. I'm trying to redo a wire here, so bear with me. Yeah, you can get a family in for about $40 down here.
Right.
Which that's pretty cool.
Atomic, it used to only be 20 to get in, but now they raised their prices.
Outrageous.
And with Midway, it's the same thing. They raised their pit prices again.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
like 50 a person.
Now for like me, my buddy Scott, and my other buddy Santino, I think it's 50 for all of us. So 50, 100, and then 150 plus the entry fee to race. For Scott to race, the entry fee.
Yeah. Well, everything goes up.
Mm-hmm.
How can you take it good?
So they do they ever have like I mean, if y'all had like a park, where would you go?
The what?
If you were going to a amusement park, where would you go?
Kings Island.
Oh, to Kings.
We're going in June.
Yeah, we're going in June.
What's your favorite ride there?
I can't ride it.
I would have to say the Diamondback.
I can't ride it. I'm too heavy.
Is that a roller coaster?
Yeah.
I can't ride it.
I'm not much into roller coasters.
I love roller coasters.
I do too.
Now there was this one ride. It was called the Vortex over there at Kings Island, but then they tore it out and built something new, and I love that ride because it went upside down like 6 or 7 times because I counted.
Can I ride that?
Yeah, I discovered a lot of stuff like that.
But
Is what it
Vortex
is.
though. It was one of my favorite rides at Kings Island was the Vortex.
Now I like rides that are fast, just not way up in the air. I'm just not big on the elevation.
Oh, you should have saw it.
But getting as old as I am, everything would be would probably mess with me now. Like the train.
Duh.
So y'all going in to eat, or y'all getting to go?
We are going to inside to eat.
Well, y'all have a fun time.
I will.
Have make Dustin pay for it. He's a working man now. Has he
Yeah,
got his first? You got his first paycheck yet?
Yes.
Okay,
Like 800.
good, nice. Y'all have a good dinner.
We will.
All right. See
All
y'all.
right. All right. Bye.
They're crazy. They crack me up. I love them. Oh, it's fun to be young. I'm not anymore, but I still have a lot of fun, more than I should. But we'll let them eat their dinner and the noise of the restaurant and everything. We'll let them enjoy that time together, and we will talk a little bit of what's going on in the news. You know, the talks are going on in Pakistan. This deal is falling apart. It's not going to work, and I'm just really surprised they're even doing it. The president's saying they don't have a military, they don't have this, they don't have that, but how do they shut down the strait? I don't get that. But they're going to Islamabad and having these talks, and I just don't think it's going to. We'll see. The president says he's going to have the strait open very soon, fairly soon, not very, fairly. That honestly blows my mind that there's even the talk of that they're actually able to do that, and that some companies have actually paid the money to go through, and they've said they're not going to let American ships through. Are you kidding me? We have 3 carrier groups in the region. How are they going to stop it, and what are they using to stop it? Obliterate it. Whatever they're using to do that, just obliterate it. I mean, there has to be something they can do there. And the president uses these words, which amazes me. It won't be easy. I would say this: we will have that open fairly soon. What do you mean it won't be easy? How are they doing that? How are they actually doing that? Is it drones, or what is it? Because we talk about total domination, and they're closing the strait. They've got that. That's unacceptable, and they don't set terms on this. The nations of the world should set the terms. We will take the lead in that because we're there and we're involved in it in a tremendously big way. But I just don't understand that. But that's ridiculous. And the president's blaming NATO allies for failure to help secure the Strait of Hormuz. But why do we need them? That's my point. Why do we need them? What if we've obliterated their navy? We've obliterated just about any firing mechanism they have. How can they do that? So we need to get that done. We're not going to let them dictate what goes through there. That's international waters. And I've said that. So that was one of the headlines that we've seen this weekend. What else? He did say we're loading up ships with best weapons in case talks fizzle. I think they're not going to just fizzle. I think they're going to burn up. It's not a fizzle. It's not going to be like a bottle rocket that just fizzles out. These talks are going to collapse unless we just cave, and we better not. 5 things to know about the talks, they say. This is what they list. 5 things to know about the talks. They list them. And we see the war behind the talks, as some strikes are still ongoing. So the 2-week ceasefire it's been broken some. There's no doubt. It's expected to expire on the 22nd. Pakistan's unlikely starring role, which we've got some somewhat friends there. So they're home to more than 20 million Shiite Muslims, the second largest such population in the world after Iran. Islamabad has cultivated strong ties with Washington, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and Beijing. So that's one of the things. We won't go through all of what they say. What's on the table? The gap between the two sides remains vast. Of course it did. I said the 10-point plan was a joke. They're not going to do that. Washington reported a 15-point proposal centers on Iran's enriched uranium and the reopening of the strait, and they have rejected both of those. So you can they countered with a 10-point plan, which demands control over the strait, a toll for vessels, and end to all regional military operations, lifting of all sanctions, which means they give up nothing. They don't agree to anything. It's bullcrap. So, the talk would be about what? Just no, 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 no. The negotiators, Steve Witkoff is there. J.D. Vance, of course, has been. I don't know if is it wise to send the vice president into this? I know he's very involved, but the danger of this, of him being in the region there, I don't know about that. I would have definitely not done it in Pakistan. I wouldn't have done it there. It'd been somewhere else. For them, they have the foreign minister, and they have the parliamentary speaker, along with other security and economic officials. They've already arrived. Iranian state television and Pakistani government confirmed. Reporting their arrival, state broadcaster IRIB reiterated Tehran's position that talks will not begin unless its conditions are met, including a ceasefire in Lebanon. It's not going to happen. One, we can't even guarantee what would happen there. But see, this thing is a joke. Unless there's something going on we don't know about, these talks are a delaying tactic. It's a joke. They're not going to agree to anything. They're going to demand everything. And this is a waste of time. I never detected that we were actually anywhere close to some negotiation, even though they've agreed to send those there. That's a screen. There's more going on. This gives the president time for leverage. They're not going to agree to anything. JD will go in there and he can lay the law down, but they're not going to make the deal. It's not the way they roll. So this leadership is not, even though a lot of them are dead, the ones that are taking over, the same ilk, the same kind. It's not going to work. They also said the Capitol, a 2-day public holiday on Thursday and Friday, which that was yesterday and today. The streets of Islamabad are flooded with armed security personnel and military fatigues. Traffic diversions are in place and police checkpoints are set up. The talks are expected to be indirect. The two delegations sitting in separate rooms with Pakistani officials shelling proposals between them, mirroring the format used in earlier Oman-mediated rounds. Well, that again, that's ridiculous. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. If you look over his paper, okay, we can't agree to that. Send it back and tell them we want the strait open and we want the enriched uranium. And they say no. I mean, what are you going to do? Just tell the guys trafficking back and forth. They're going to get a lot of exercise, back and forth, back and forth. No, 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 no. Be like a tennis match. Maybe we'll be surprised. I mean, I'm sure they're going to put things to them and say, well, if they don't do this, this is what to expect. And then they're going to make threats. So we'll see if that pressure gets put on. The IDF says that the new Iranian leadership are more extreme. Well, they've got their chance. They're probably younger. All the old ones are dead. The younger ones are rising up, and now they may even be more radical because they're more close to the ground in this stuff. So we'll see. I just don't think this is going to happen. For Israel's part, they said that there's still more work to be done, and Israel would be ready to resume fighting at a moment's notice. After the meeting, the panel announced it would approve the extension of the call-up of 400,000 reservists until May 14th. Interesting date. It's a very significant date, May 14th. That's the date, 14th, 15th, the establishment of Israel again as a nation. The Times of Israel reported the previous cap was 280,000, so they've called up more, which was approved in December. I just can't imagine we're doing negotiations with the strait closed. It blows my mind. Trump said on social media, truth, of course, that Iran has no leverage except to restrict ship traffic in the strait through which 20% of the world's traded oil once passed. Well, how? This is what I don't understand. I mean, they were putting mines out. We blew up all the mining ships, all the ones. I mean, all they have, to my knowledge, would be drones, missile, which are effective, but they're supposed to have blasted a lot of that, where their effectiveness has become limited, and or speedboats. But if you're escorting ships through that portion, at least you would have capability to turn them back. Because a lot of these ships don't have defensive capabilities, obviously. I'm not high on thinking anything good's going to come here. I've never seen people go into to talk about negotiations. Usually you have one that usually the one that's suffered the most is the one that calls for the talks. That's what they tried to say, but they did agree to it. And I get it. In that world, they could be saying things outwardly that they're not saying behind closed doors because they want to look strong to their neighbors, people in the world, and everything else to save face. It's the Arab way. And they could be double talking here. But they're doing a pretty good job of double talking because they're keeping the strait closed, which just amazes me. I would say there's no talks until it's open and you do this. I mean, you do this, then we'll talks. I just amazing that the president, and I trust him. He's pretty good about negotiating a lot of stuff, but I'm amazed that he puts that he says no backup plan needed. Yeah, of course you have to have a backup plan. You're pouring all your eggs into one basket here. I don't think so. Again, they're not going to tell us everything that's going on, but I think that's not going to work. He says no. There's no need for a contingency plan if they falter. You don't need a backup plan. The military is defeated. The military is gone. We've degraded just about everything. The ceasefire is widely viewed within diplomatic and defense circles as precarious because it rests on competing interpretations, uneven implementation, and unresolved political demands that have not yet been breached by negotiators, which is basically what I'm saying. I just said it in different terms. It's where's the solid foundation of having at least something to work towards here? We're nowhere close. And then the fact that they threw in, and they don't want this to work anyway because they threw in the whole Lebanon thing. They know that that's not going to stop. Another major sticking point is Iran's reported insistence that any broader settlement must include a halt to fighting in Lebanon, unfreezing Iranian financial assets held abroad. Those funds are not going to be released unless the other conditions are met. That's not going to happen. U.S. and Israeli officials view those conditions as politically difficult and outside the scope of current ceasefire framework, complicating efforts to expand the agreement into a durable settlement. This blows my mind. Maritime traffic through the strait has not fully normalized, and continued disruptions are kept pressure on oil markets. This is the only card they have to play. You cannot fall into this trap. Trump acknowledges the stakes of the negotiations, telling reporters, according to The Hill, that he wished Vice President Vance luck as he heads to the talks. He's got a big thing. No direct questions from Vice President J.D. Vance regarding the Pakistan talks or ceasefire negotiations were included in the reporting cited by The Hill. Trump also reiterated his hardliner position on the strait. The strait will be open, with or without Iran. He added that they will not allow Tehran to impose tolls on ships passing through the waterway. That's what you want to hear. He has previously tied broader ceasefire success to stability in the strait, but limited shipping activity has contributed to continued volatility in global energy prices. Despite the uncertainty, Trump has expressed confidence in the situation would be resolved quickly while keeping military pressure implicit. I think it's going to go pretty quickly. If it doesn't, we'll be able to finish it off. One way or the other, it's going well. But wouldn't that necessitate that there's a plan B? See, that's double talk. There is a plan B. The plan B is if it falls or fails, we finish the job. Finish the job. That's what I say. Finish the job. He says the Navy's gone, the Air Force is gone, all anti-aircraft is gone, the leaders are gone, the whole place is gone. So we'll see how it turns out. Well, if it's all gone, then how are they going to close the strait? Good Lord. Steve Witkoff, the special envoy, has acknowledged the lack of a defined endpoint for the conflict, which we knew that because they kept talking in vague terms. When asked previously how he expected it to conclude, he said, I don't know. And I said from the beginning, you need a definite mission statement. And you might have to alter it depending on how conditions change. But the mission statement, this is what we're after. This is what will happen. Remember early on they said, we're not after regime change. That's up to the people. Now then it became, well, they're going to have regime change. We're going to finish them off. And now we're going to have some talks and we're going to come to a settlement. I just don't see this as ending right now. I really do not. I don't know how you can. But at least we have the firepower there to continue if we need to. Also, what has happened is they have, I don't know, it didn't get a lot of play. I saw it in the news, but they are, the selective service for all young men, probably women now, to stay compliant with everything. You have to by 16, I think it was, you had to, register. Now there's an automatic registration. They're just automatically doing it. I'm telling you, and I've said this for a long time, and I've said this way before the Iran thing came along, that in the near future we would probably see a draft of some kind. That would only happen if we had to go ground troops. And I believe because that's going to be, there's going to be loss of life. But they're preparing, because I just don't think Iran is all of it. I think there's more to this. I've said it before. We're getting on a war footing, and there's other things that are out there besides this. This just went longer than they expected. But they didn't have a clear plan on the ending of it. So anyway, that's kind of where that's at. We'll see. I just want to look at a little bit around we'll stay a little bit longer. We'll stay Daily Mail. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. They're kind of goofball. But I do like that they've got the crew there and the capsule as it sits on the water. Well, that's so reminiscent of the 70s, 60s, and 70s, the Apollo missions. Little capsule, the little same kind of hatch, getting out on the boat, heading in. Home at last, they say. So anyway, I was looking for that. That's what I want to see, some little pictures about that. But that's cool that we got that. That brings back a lot of memories for me in seeing that. I want to see what around the world they have to say about this. BBC has a lead story about Artemis. They just talk about the 5 big sticking points. I think we all know what those are for the BBC. And there you go. In Australia, about the conflict in the Middle East, they're saying as in relation to this, because of after effects. Okay, didn't mean for that. Sorry, they started the ad. Will be hit hard. The world on the brink of food crisis as fertilizer stokes famine fears. And, these have been going up for some time. Way back when things were rising, we were seeing all the farmers were affected because of the fertilizer and other things that they use in farming and all the things that we need it for. But they're even in Australia, they're saying that even if the ceasefire holds, experts warn a devastating new shock is all but inevitable, especially in Australia's backyard. Fuel prices are up by more than 15%. Fertilizer prices, however, Well, they plunged more than 15%, but the fertilizer process did not. So they don't think that they're going to go down. So supply is off, especially in Southeast Asia. A quicker than expected recovery for energy markets is possible. Fertilizer process did not fall in this news, however. This is concerning. Markets do not expect a Trump back down over Iran will ease the fertilizer shock in the same way. Now, notice they use the phrase back down because it does have that feel, doesn't it? It feels like we're backing out. It feels like we're backing off. It has the feel, and they feel it too. They're seeing it. But it feels like we're looking for some sort of hokey deal that we can claim that we accomplished mission and get the heck out of there. And that's not going to make conservatives happy. They don't like that we're in that war, but finish the job. If we come out of this bad, all we've done is just blown up a lot of stuff. We may have limited them, but we didn't finish the job. So they're even seeing it that way. Fuel prices peaked at 50 cents per percent higher than pre-war prices. Fertilizer spiked more than 85%. And so the farmers are left with an impossible choice. Should they cut back or abandon fertilizing fields and accept lower yields? Should they switch to a less productive but more resilient crop? So that means they might not grow some things, but go to something that's easier to raise, not as expensive to raise, better turnaround, better money. Should they shelve the whole thing and wait for better times? Their decisions are time sensitive, as are their deliveries. And they must juggle a multitude of other impacts, including new tariffs, shipping disruptions, and shareholder returns. Faced with the price hikes, some farmers might decide that it's simply not worth planting if crop prices won't cover their costs. Well, of course, you don't want to go belly up on that. And the weather also gets a vote. The United Nations WFP, World Food Program, warns that the number of people experiencing food insecurity in Asia and the Pacific is set to soar 24% in the coming months. That's the worst outcome for any region of the world. And it's not just because of the straight impact on fuel and fertilizer supplies. The broad region is gripped by an unrelenting heat wave, and that's already cut crop and livestock yields in Malaysia, Thailand, and Myanmar. President Trump's Hormuz fallout will be felt next. Things could not be worse since the main Asian rice planting season is about to begin. Effects will be felt toward October or November, with the analysts ballparking the reduction in crop yields at somewhere between 10% and 15%. That's the main difference between having just enough to eat and a surplus to export. Nations that most import rice grains and other staples will soon feel the pain. WFP says Myanmar, wrecked by civil war, earthquake, and drought, will soon have 12 million people suffering acute hunger. Food prices have spiked 9% in March alone. The impact elsewhere, however, will be delayed. Farmers who have purchased fertilizer before the onset of war may continue with planting as previously planned. Countries that keep natural reserves of fertilizers like China may draw on those reserves to provide fertilizer to farmers, insulating them from higher fertilizer prices. Australia does not hold a strategic fertilizer stockpile. Did not know that. That's interesting. What are you guys doing down under? Nor does it have a meaningful fuel reserves. So the unfolding experience of India and Thailand may be a sign of things to come. About 40% of India's and 30% of Thailand's fertilizer imports come from the Middle East. And that's where Australia sources 2/3, 66% of its supply. Not good. Thailand and India supply most of the world's top 10 biggest rice importers. That's Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Malaysia. Should a global food crisis prompt big producers such as India to once again curtail exports, they will be hit hard. And hungry people are angry people. Well, that's true. And that is a key to a lot of control in the world and chaos. Food. Control of food and water. Rising food and fuel prices could lead to political instability in the region. Last year's riots in Indonesia came against the backdrop of rising food inflation. The food industry is suffering a double blow from the Gulf War. High fuel prices affect tractors, reapers, and trucks. There's also generators for irrigation units, barns, threshers, and refrigerators. The curveball is manufactured fertilizers. These are derived from liquefied natural gas. Any price rise it experiences affects key ingredients, including ammonia, urea, and sulfur. We knew that. And high fuel costs must be added to its distribution. So, about, as we know, 20% of the world's supply of that raw stuff comes through the strait. We've read these before, so we're kind of hearing it from the other side of the world. The problem no longer is just the initial 85% price shock supplies are drying up. Already, fertilizer plants in India and Pakistan are facing production declines given the disruption to natural gas supplies from the Middle East. So it is affecting them big time. And the war and instability and stuff that comes over there. I can imagine chaos will be coming. A wheat farmer, for example, must decide whether to switch to less fertilizer and sensitive crops or face much lower crop yields. Whereas rice farmers cannot easily substitute so must absorb fertilizer costs to reduce fertilizer consumption and face lower yields. Australia's tendency to field graze cattle may offer some cushioning effect. Grains are a principal source of animal feed, so high grain prices ultimately affect dairy and meat prices along prices of staple foods. That's a problem for piggeries and chicken farms and U.S.-style grain-fed cattle sheds. Wars have a way of revealing the world's hidden architecture. We notice the narrow straits, the fragile choke points, the invisible bargains that keep daily life intact only when they began to fail. That's a good quote. And things were already in trouble anyway. We knew that from the last few years. Actually, it's not been good. So that's interesting from down under to see that from their perspective. So all these things have there's cause and effect, and it's gonna affect. Nothing else there. Just wanted to see what was kind of being said. Let's do one more. Let's see what we got here. They're going to be all over this. Al Jazeera. So their lead story is breaking. U.S.-Iran ceasefire talks set to kick off in Pakistan. Israel pounds Lebanon. They're also saying Iran's blocking of internet sites passes 1,000 hours, Monitor says. Cracks are already appearing ahead of the Israel-Lebanon talks in the U.S. They already talk about the that they're meeting in Pakistan. Israeli envoy to U.S. says Israel will not negotiate with Hezbollah, and new tensions emerge before the ceasefire talks in Pakistan. So this thing's going to fall apart. I think we pretty well can see that. And I don't think that's a shock, and I would say that's legitimate reporting there. We basically said the two things about it. From their perspective, the two sides emerged on Friday that new tensions between the two sides emerged on Friday that throw the upcoming talks already shrouding in deep distrust into doubt. The ceasefire announced on Tuesday temporarily put a stop to the war, yet since the deal was struck, conflicts have erupted over the 10-point Iranian proposal to pause the fighting. Both sides have offered differing accounts of its terms. And the U.S. is saying there were 3 different points plans that were going around. I don't doubt that, but it's also a little bit of fuzzy math for me. I don't doubt that there were probably some others, but who are they dealing with? That's the other question. Who are they dealing with? On Friday, Iranian parliamentary speaker said that the disconnect could derail negotiations before they begin. 2 of the measures are mutually agreed upon between the parties have yet to be implemented: a ceasefire in Lebanon, that's not going to happen, and the release of Iran's blocked assets prior to the commencement of negotiations. These 2 matters must be fulfilled before the negotiations begin. See, it's not going to happen. Hours after this post on Friday, Iranian state media reported the delegation has arrived, adding that negotiations will begin only if Washington accepted Tehran's preconditions. It's dead. It's dead on arrival. Unless we cave, unless we fold up the tent and come home. And that's what they're telling the world. And again, I know there's doublespeak, but this thing is doomed. This thing is as doomed as the Ukrainian-Russian talks of peace. It's not happening. It won't happen. I would not be surprised if there's not a huge drone attack somewhere in the region while these talks are going on. I would not be surprised. The Iranian military's Joint Command, meanwhile, warned it has its fingers on the trigger due to repeated breaches of trust by U.S. and Israel. And then they talked about Trump's comments, we're loading up the ships with the best weapons ever made, even at a higher level than we did, to do a complete decimation. And if we don't have a deal, we will be using them. We will be using them in a very, very effectively. Afterwards, in the Post, Trump talked about his hardline going into the negotiations. The Iranians don't seem to realize they have no cards other than a short-term extortion of the world by using international waterways, he wrote, referring to Iran's control of the Strait of Hormuz. The only reason they're alive today is to negotiate, exclamation mark. Then they talk about the fighting continuing in Lebanon. J.D. Vance predicts positive outcome from the talks. This is from Al Jazeera. Despite the latest threats, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance said he expects positive results from the talks as he departed for Pakistan on Friday morning. Though he is leading the U.S. delegation, Vance added he has received pretty clear guidelines from Trump. So he's the water boy. Say it that way, but it's true. The president has an idea. That's what he did. I mean, that's what you do. You tell the guy, you can take this or you can take that. You're not going to take this. You're not going to do that. He said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we are certainly willing to extend an open hand. That's one thing. If they're going to try to play us, that's something you don't usually hear. To play us. They're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. Vance is seen as a representative of the non-interventionist branch of Trump's Make America Great Again MAGA movement. Non-interventionist. That's funny that they term it like that. Was tapped to lead the U.S. delegation amid Iran's distrust of Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner. Of course, they're not going to like him. The first round negotiations. Hold on. We're going back through a little bit of history here. So, again, even from that side, there is not one shred of confidence that this is going to happen, that there's going to be anything positive to come out of it. So, basically, is it just to go over there and lay the law down? I mean, is that what this is? Because there's going to be negotiation. There's not going to be, it would be if you agree to everything, then I would say that would be the talk. You're going to have to agree to our plan, but we will give you, I would say, I could see them loosening up some funds. And things like that, and the hope of some other things down the road, depending on how they went. They're not going to agree to that. So this is a delaying tactic that is working pretty well. They've already lost 2 days because they announced a holiday over there, so they get to do nothing. So this thing will be wrapped up in a few hours. They'll probably hang out for 2 or 3 days just to keep, They'll be taking in the sights. They'll be eating some local foods. They'll watch some soccer maybe or camel races or something. I don't know. And then they'll come home. But this thing is doomed. I just don't see it any way that that's going to have any effect going forward. I just don't see it. So I don't know. Sad news to have to really talk about, but that's kind of where it's at. That's stuff you talk about on the back porch. What's going on over in Iran? That's kind of things we talk about. I mean, we do. I did want to check a scoreboard here real quick and see how the teams are doing here. We get the complete scoreboard. Wanted to see. Or they're talking about that again. Shut up. The commercials. Well, the Braves pulled out the whooping stick, 11-5 over Cleveland. 11-5. They just had a 6-run, 6-inning. My wife was watching it. It is now final, 11-5. So way to go, Bravos. They've gotten off to a great start, and they have the league's lowest ERA. Now that guy took a little bit hit tonight. They did give up 5 runs, but interesting. Kenley got the win. He's 2-0. With a 0.0. He didn't hurt his. He left the game. He didn't give up a run. Good for him. Braves pitching staff was kind of worries about that because they've had some. There he goes. Shush. All right, I just want to see his line because that's an amazing line for him. Oh, he came in. He got the win. Okay. He was a reliever. Elder started. He gave up 2. Not bad, though. He did go 4.2. He did get the win. That's why he get the win. McKinley came in and did an inning, so he's not giving up a run, and neither is Bummer. So good job on the bullpens. He's got a 1.35. Now, Suarez got drilled. He gave up 3. He's got almost a 10. This guy's a problem. But everybody else looks to be pretty well in line. But Elder did go 2, gave up 2 earned. 3 walks, 3 Ks, gave up a home run. The Braves are continuing their march and doing good. So I like that. We need a good year out of them because they were predicted to come in third in that division. Third. Right now they sit atop the division at 9-5. The Marlins, surprisingly, are second, a game off. The Mets 2 off. Phillies 2.5. Phillies have not done good. They're 6-7. And the Nationals are in the basement at 4-8. 9-5. That's a great start, and that's with a road trip run through to start the season, except for I think 1 or 2 games there at the stadium. They've been on the road, so they're home now, and things are going good. That's good for them. And the coach got to take down a player. That's pretty good too. I like that. Well, all right, we're going to get off here for tonight. Have a great Friday evening. We'll be back on the morning early with a Biscuit Boy for the Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy morning show. Always a lot of folks tuning in for that, and we'll talk about crazy stuff. We'll try to show pictures of our new shirts. We'll get getting those out there. And thank you to Terry Calhoun and Scooter Bangs for Mark Bangs Racing, but the Scooters when he goes by. Thank you to those two men. We're going to put up pictures. They're awesome. Look for the Dirt Report to be back on Monday. We'll have also other shows tomorrow. We'll have probably a Southern Talk tomorrow, Sunday morning in the Word. We're going to cover the race on Sunday live like we did before and get Pet Show back in. We'll get all that done this weekend. Looking forward to it. And we're going to do a lot of broadcasting, catch up a little bit because we're a little bit off. I need to do another music show. I may do that. over the weekend. I love the music show. It's 3 albums from Dave's Vault. We talk about an artist, and we'll talk about a year in music. And I'm fixed to add one more thing to it. We're going to break down an album from a band. We're going to look at that and talk about all the songs on the album and what we think about it, a little bit about them and stuff. So we'll try to pack all that in there. So have a great night. I may be back late. I need to go check on my wife and get things. Been away for a couple hours, so I need to, my granddaughter's with her. She's resting. Make sure she's good. If not, I'll see you in the morning with the Biscuit Boy. Bright and early, 8:30ish. We go. Sometimes it's a couple minutes after, but 8:30ish, and we'll be back with you. Appreciate y'all your support. The Southern Patriots podcast and Wolf Nation. Don't forget the QR code up on the screen there. There's our Substack. Join that. You can take the free option for now. There will be programming that goes behind the paywall. It's going to be $5 a month. You get cheaper by the year. In the near future, but that's just ways we can generate to improve and buy new equipment and stuff like that. You don't have to do it. There'll still be plenty of free programming. Not everything's going behind a paywall, but we will have certain programming and portions of interviews that will go there. So this is the way. It's the way we need to generate some funds. So it's very cheap. I'll actually invest myself. I've got a couple of $5 deals out there I'm doing for some stuff I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to invest in my own. So I will do that as well. But our Substack, you can get it there. We do have a Wolf Nation Substack as well. That's kind of held in reserve right now, but it'll be the Southern Patriots. But if you want to follow the Wolf Nation one as well, it's out there. We'd appreciate it. You can take the free option. It just helps us along. And we'll be kicking that off. We're going live to there and from there, hopefully first of the week. We've got a couple things we got to do first, and we're looking forward to that. We'll go out with some music, and let me see what I want to go out with. This is good. Future show we're going to have is Just How Big a Boy Are You with Uncle Jeb and friends, and the Jeb and Bubba show is still there. That would be filmed hopefully over the weekend. But this is a new show, Just How Big a Boy Are You. This is the song for that, and we'll talk about it later. But it's soon to come programming. Just How Big a Boy Are You with Uncle Jeb and friends, and we will see you soon. Take care.
All fade when the stage is gone, when the debts ain't paid. Just how big a boy are you when the chips fall, when the fish fly? Just how big a boy are you when the truth comes, when the lies die? Big ain't the weight you carry. Broke down truck in a no-name town. Dust on your tongue, rain won't come down. What's the measure of a man with nothing to show? When the wind cuts deep, when the seeds don't grow. Just how big a boy are you? When the walls crack, when the earth shakes. How big a boy are you? When your pride bends, when your heart breaks. Big talk don't mean a thing at all. You can raise your chin, but the mirror don't care about the fire within. How far will you go? How much will you lose when it's blood for blood and you gotta choose? Just how big a boy